If you see yourself as a car driving down the motorway, you're not going to last very long if you just put your fucking foot to the floor. You want to sit at the speed limit and just cruise to fucking greatness. Have you ever heard of EMOM style training? I bet you have, but I bet you associate it with CrossFit style circuits where you're just trying to frag yourself or exercise. In calisthenics, it's best utilized to practice the movements, so you're focusing mainly on technique. You're not just trying to reach a set number like for sets and reps. You're focusing on the actual physical exercise that you're doing, so you're slowing it down and really trying to perfect that movement, because you've only got to do 1 or 2 reps as it is EMOM every minute on the minute, and you don't even have to do it every minute on the minute. For this pull push squat session, my first session of the week in the Bamboo Beast program, I'm just walking to the next station. So I'll do one arm chin up, slowly walk over, do 1 weighted pistol squat, put the bells down, then do 2 deep pike push-ups, then back to the rings for the 1 arm chin ups. I'm not regulating the rest this time, however that is a good way to get it done quicker. But like I say, I just did this circuit style. You could do it EHOH. It doesn't really have the same ring to it, but every hour on the hour. This is good if you have like a hectic lifestyle. You can break it down. That session, it's daunting because you can't seem to fit the time in, like 45 minutes or 2 hours to designate to training. You can just split it up throughout the whole day. As long as you get those reps done before you go to bed, your mission is complete. So you could say, I'm going to do my pull-ups before I leave to work in the morning. I'm going to do my push-ups at lunchtime, and I'm going to do my legs when I get back from work. It also works over the week, but I'm primarily talking about the day here. So I'm compacting mine into one session. Another way to do it, which is like Pavel Tsatsilin's term, greasing the groove, if you're familiar with the kettlebell term. I also have a program called GTG in honor of that, but it also means good to go, double entendre. In the Marines, we just used to bang out 5 pull-ups. Every time you walk into someone else's room, most of the grots, as we call them, or the rooms, have doorway pull-up bars, and you would just bang out 5 pull-ups because you're walking in, or bang out 5 because you're walking out. This really is where the magic happens and you level up, when you don't just see training like, okay, now it's time to go and train. Once it starts leaking outside of like that 1 hour designated time slot, and you're just fitting in reps whenever you see fit, like at the beach or at work or wherever, you really do level up. You're training for life. You're not just training when you go in the gym. Another way is, I don't want to go off too much on a tangent, but walking to the gym, for example, it makes me kind of sad inside to know that people drive to the gym to use the treadmill. I know people have, commitments and busy lifestyles, but I'll just never get past how silly that seems. But it's another way to get that free exercise in, to fit it in whenever you see a gap, like you're waiting for the kettle to boil. And if you're obsessed with calisthenics and you want to get better, that's when you could be training in the kitchen. That's how I learned the handstand. I went to work on a boat. I'm learning whilst I'm on the ship. And then when I got to land, it seemed like a piece of piss because there was no swaying anymore. Started doing it in the kitchen. But the point with this style of training is that you're always leaving some in the tank. People will frown upon it, and I've even been told, and clients of mine by other coaches, like, you could have done one more there. It's like, yeah, but you're not looking at the bigger picture, the tortoise versus the hare. They will give 120% for one session, and then they're out the game for days or weeks because either physically they can't maintain the pace, or mentally they're broken. Like, I don't want to go and do that again. Whereas if you just take it easy, right? You're still putting the work in, you're still going intense, but you're not going as hard as you could. I could lift more weight on these kettlebell squats. I could probably do another rep with the 1 arm chin-ups, but I'm just coming, sub-maximal, because I'm thinking about the next set and the next set. And when you don't go all out, you really focus on that movement. So you are perfecting the movement as opposed to just trying to burn calories or get a session done. Hopefully that helps. I would have loved this information when I was starting out 5 years ago. I don't think it's very well known, and that's what I'm trying to do with the channel, is put out information that I think is useful. Like, I would have seen it and been like, oh, look at this, is a gold mine, and I'd be soaking it up when I was consuming as much calisthenics information as possible. The same with the kettlebells, reading books, watching YouTube videos. Hopefully this helps someone. I do sell programs, but I'm not just trying to fucking exploit people and take their money. I'm trying to pack it with as much information as possible. It's evolving, it's lifetime access. I'm always putting new programs, exercises, workouts, insights and notions in there. So stimulate, don't annihilate every single time. If you're practicing calisthenics or kettlebells, at least consider including a technique session once a week if possible, at least for one mesocycle a year.